How y'all doing? Mr. Pagan back at you once again. This video right here, man, is kind of crazy for me. You know, first of all, thanks for watching, thanks for viewing. Please get them likes, shares, and subscribers. Get my likes, shares, and subscribers up, man. Get my likes, shares, and subscribers through the roof. You know what I mean? I need more support. I need more people looking at the podcast. I need them brands and businesses. If you need promotion, come to God Concept Podcast. Contact me via email, via phone number. Contact me. You know what I mean? Brands and businesses. If you're looking for a spot on the podcast, I got plenty of space to review and commercialize your products. You know what I mean? I don't care how big or small your brand is. I don't care how big or small your business is. You know what I mean? Also, if you want to do an interview with me, if you want to do an interview on my podcast or your podcast, reach out to me and let me know. You know what I mean? I passed up opportunities in the past to do interviews. Anyway, I was getting message from Say Cheese. You know what I mean? For an interview or something like that, and I passed up that opportunity. I didn't pass it up, like I didn't reject it, but I never really got back to the message that was sent to me because I was in my own space. I was in my own world, doing my own thing at the time, doing a lot, man. This episode is crazy, man. You know, this episode is about all this perverted shit that's going on nowadays, man. I don't get it with the guys and the perverted shit, man. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers is running around busting nuts on ladies' legs at the Dollar Tree. And this is Philadelphia I'm talking about. You know what I mean? They busting nuts on ladies' legs at the Dollar Tree. You know what I mean? For what? Ain't no need for that. The lady trying to shop for a kid's snacks or whatever knickknacks that she want, and you just come up squirt all off on her leg at the Dollar Tree. For what? I know I'm a little late bringing it up. The thing that makes me bring this up is the latest episode with a gentleman actually jerking off in a lady's face on a bus. I don't know if that was Philadelphia or not. But still, man, like what was you gonna do if you bust a nut next to that lady's face? What the fuck were you gonna do if you were to bust a nut next to that lady's face? He was gonna cream pie that lady. He was gonna bust a nut in her face with a goddamn army fatigue backpack strapped against his motherfucking stomach. Only thing that saved that lady from getting a cream pie in the face was the bus driver picking people up. If that bus wouldn't have stopped to pick anybody up, he was gonna bust a nut right on that lady's shoulder blade. That's fucked up, man. I mean, it's not funny. I'm laughing because I'm just a humorous guy, but at the same time, that shit ain't cute. That shit ain't funny, man. You know what I mean? To be busting nuts on ladies' legs in the fucking Dollar Tree, wearing a shirt saying something about lick it, lick me, or some shit like that. You freaky ass niggas gotta stop. You freaky ass niggas need to be put a stop to. Like, it's a lot of mental illness going on out here, right? But the one thing we have no time for is men doing this to our women, man. You know what I mean? That could have been my daughter. Or another woman in my life that I care about, that I love. Like, come on, man. You niggas need to stop it. You niggas gonna run across the wrong female who got a pistol on her, and you gonna get your dick shot off. Or something shot off. Your leg shot, something. Like, seriously. These women don't play about that shit, man. The men that these women are attached to don't play about that shit. Because if one of y'all get caught, it's a death sentence. Off rip is a death sentence. You know what I mean? It's appalling. That lady on the bus, who the fuck was recording the video? The bus incident. Who's recording the video? Who's recording the video to sit up there and post it online like that? Who the fuck was posting? Who was the cameraman or camerawoman watching this dude jerk his dick off on the bus like that? I don't even get it. I have no idea. Like, seriously, like, you sitting up there recording, the lady is oblivious to somebody beating his dick over her shoulder, and somebody sitting up there recording that shit. Like, it's cool. Was the camera person with the offender, the sexual assault offender? Because that's sexual assault. You'll get thrown in jail quick, fast, and in a hurry, beating your dick on this bus over a lady's shoulder. Somebody should have handled that bull. It's crazy, man. You know, sometimes, you know, when me and my family go out or whatever, when we walk in or doing whatever we doing, sometimes you get the occasional guy doing some weird shit like pissing on a tree, pulling out his dick and pissing in random places. At times, I gotta restrain myself from not doing nothing because it's like, dude, you see women you gotta look around and survey. For all you dudes that just gotta piss when you gotta piss, trust me, I understand too. I got a dick too. You know what I mean? When you gotta piss, look around and make sure ain't nobody around. Cause the next nigga I see do some shit like that, I'm gonna have to fuck you up. I'm gonna have to fuck you up, man. I'm gonna have to fuck you up. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, it's too much going on out here for you to just pull your dick out anywhere you want and piss just because you got the ability to do it. You know, women could do the same thing, but they not doing that shit. You know, you got to be more respectful to the people in your communities, in your surroundings, the people that, you know what I mean? Like, everybody got somebody that they love out here, a woman that they love, and y'all doing this shit to anybody, man. That's a sexual charge, man. You get on that list for that type of shit. You get on that list for that type of shit, man. It's sad. It's sad. What happened to porn? What happened to men just being, you know, content with watching a little porn or something like that? I know everybody ain't getting it like that. I know everybody not having the sexual intercourse they may need or they may want at the moment. Shit, it's been a minute for me. But I'm not sitting up here beating my dick on nobody's leg or on the bus or this or that or doing no freaky ass shit. You can't do it. The world has too much to offer for you to do this type of shit. You know what I mean? In the realm of pornography, in the realm of the internet, you don't even need a porn site no more. Shit, you got Twitter. No, not Twitter. Excuse me. You got X. That's basically a porn site. You got all these big booty women that's giving you shots of their body and everything. You could just look at that and jerk off. I mean, even that I don't condone to some extent, but technically, that's why they're giving it to you. They giving it to you so you're not out here committing fucking felonies, beating your dick on people at the fucking Dollar Tree and on the bus. You know what I mean? That's why they're giving it to you. What happened to porn? Oh, another thing too. You motherfuckers need to stop with the sex in public. Seriously. It's like, that's bad as well. Like, just because you're a willing participant in a perverted sexual shit that's going on, that don't make it right. You got people fucking on beaches. You got people fucking at bus stops. You got people fucking at airports. You know, you got people fucking in cars. I did that myself, but that's neither here nor there. But at the same time, it's like, you can't be doing that shit. Like, even when you fucking in the car, you supposed to pull up somewhere discreet, handle your and get out of there. Don't sit there and try to make a baby in the motherfucking car. You fucking for hours. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. You know what I mean? The women, they like to make their little sexual videos in there with the little zzz, you know what I mean? And the dilly wops. You know what I mean? They pull out the dilly wop and go to town on themselves. They looking around to make sure nobody see them and shit like that. I mean, listen. It's all in good health. Sex is a good thing when you're doing it right, when it's the appropriate time and it's the appropriate place. You can't be jerking off in public. You know, you can't do it. You can't do it. I know there's a lot of sexy women out here, and there's a lot of women that you might not be able to obtain. At the same time, you can't just nut on their leg, or nut over their fucking shoulder, trying to cream pie and shit. Because that's what would have happened. If you would have bust that nut on that bus, that lady would have got a side shot. All this shit would have just been moist. All this shit right here would have been moist. She wasn't even expecting that. She ain't had no idea that shit was happening. Give your freedom up for the nickels and dimes. Give your freedom up for the things that shine. Give my freedom. My thing is, man, what happened to just the old school porn? Remember the porn tapes, the porn movies? You had the porn magazines. You know what I mean? You had the porn DVDs. You know what I mean? You could just get your shit off, go into a restroom somewhere discreet, go in your room, whatever you want to do. You could beat your dick, pick your favorite lotion, have your shit smelling like lavender or whatever. And not had to worry about the public embarrassment, not only the public embarrassment, but traumatizing children and women all around the city, man. Seriously, man, y'all gotta calm down, man. Whatever in your mind, go to therapy or something. If you can't handle what's ever going on in your mind to make you a sexual deviant, go to therapy and get help. Please. This shit has to stop. I got family that take a bus. And a lot of times I gotta restrain myself because I be wanting to really let a motherfucker have it. On the you know what I mean? Not even with the fist. Like I just want to just bah! Like seriously, because some motherfuckers deserve to be shot for that shit. Not some motherfuckers. If you're doing that to somebody, if you traumatizing somebody's child with a sexual act like that in public, you deserve to be fucking shot or something. You deserve to really have your ass whooped, shot. You deserve to have something really touch you. And a lot of men, they not going to try to get their hands dirty with you and fight. Because really, I only like fighting motherfuckers that I love. I don't even like fighting them. Because I'm not a big fighting type of dude and all that shit. I'm not a big shooting type of dude neither. But guess what? Over you beating your dick in front of my daughter, I want to shoot you. I ain't going to lie. I ain't going to lie. That's the first thing come through my mind. Pull that thing out and let a nigga have it. And I ain't talking about my dick. I'm talking about that fire. I'm talking about that thing. Seriously, because it's getting to that point. That's why women gotta be so defensive and so careful with the men that they allow in their life and around their children. Because sometimes a man will wait until you get into your house to do some crazy shit. To start the bullshit with your children. With other females in your family, in your household or whatever. That's why you gotta be careful with these dudes, man. Seriously. And it's the same thing vice versa for men too, because I don't want to put us on a back burner. Yeah, there's a lot of sexual deviant shit that go on from women towards men as well. When I was a child, I'm gonna tell you this, I didn't even put this in my book, but when I was a child, I had a babysitter that used to pick me up from school. And we would go to our house, and she had a house fire, right? So nobody was on the third floor at all. It was like burnt up, right? But it was still, you could still go up there. You know what I mean? And she would go up there. She would help me out with my homework and everything. And she would just ask me insinuating questions. Have you ever did this before? Have you? And I was going to Meade Elementary at the time. But this babysitter, she would ask me questions like, have you ever did this before? And I would say, no, of course, because I'm a young boy. So it kept getting further and further. Have you ever kissed a girl? No. So we kiss. Have you ever French kissed a girl? We French kiss. Then she went to have you ever seen titties? I look at the titties. I say no. She showed me the titties. You ever felt titties? I'm like, no. I'm going to keep saying no because, shit, I want to keep this thing going forward, rolling forward. You know what I mean? So I started sucking titties because she asked me. No, hell no. Hell no. No. But I'm willing to. Because when you're a young man, you're not thinking like this is molestation that's going on. You're not thinking like she's doing something wrong. You thinking like this is amazing. You know what I mean? Like she turned me out. Like, you know what I mean? I used to bring the little porno cars to school. I think I got a couple students, and including myself, suspended for bringing porno cars to school because she basically helped turn me into a sexual deviant. You know what I mean? At a very young age, at a very very young age, and it's a sad thing, but that's what goes on in our culture that today around our children and things like that. So we got to be mindful of who we bring in our household, as far as babysitting. We especially far as relationship wise, because you got guys that'll sleep with your daughter, and you got women that'll sleep with your sons. You know, that'll try to have that type of thing happen. All of us experience some type of, you know, sexual trauma before in our life. You know what I mean? But man, y'all niggas gotta chill with the mental shit, with the real, you know, perverted, devious shit y'all doing out here to these women and these little girls, man, and just chill. What happened to the porn, man? It's like nowadays you don't even have to have, like, you got a smart device. You got a fucking smart device. You can pull up any porn site. You can pull up Pornhub. You can pull up X videos or OnlyFans or whatever it is. If you want interaction back and forth between somebody, you can pull up the OnlyFans and get on the live porn thing and all this other crap they got out here as far as the pornography stuff, man. It's real. It's real. You could just, you know, like he the brother looked like he had a little money. He looked like he had a job or something. He had the army fatigue bag, and I don't know what he had in the bag. You know what I mean? Probably a wash towel to wipe his fucking dick off after he's done busting a nut over this lady's shoulder. But, you know, they got too many porn sites out there that you could go on and you could explore and you could choose and pick and choose however many different women that you want. You could choose not to have a guy in the porn. It could be girl on girl and all this other craziness. It can be whatever you want. You could watch midget porn. You could watch old women porn. You could watch young women porn. But, you know, discretion advised. You know what I mean? But, you know, as long as they of age, you don't want to watch no child pornography. Bad. That had some agent coming to your fucking door about child pornography. Please don't be out here doing that. But, man, y'all got to chill with this shit. It's sad, man. It's a depravity going on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what would be going on in a man's psyche to make him do something like that, to make him want to ejaculate on a woman or around a woman in a public space, or even touch a child for that matter, or touch a child, or even rape a woman. It's like something's going on with you. It's something going on with all of us, right? But there should not be something going on in your mind, in your mental state, that's telling you to do things like this. I watched you know, I'm not gonna say I love it, but I do like the fact that they document themselves running down on sexual predators, people that's taking a phone and meeting little boys or little girls and having sexual encounters. What they'll do is they'll have like a grown adult will set up a fake account like he's a little boy or a little girl and have these perverts or sex offenders come to a location, and they would go mock them and beat the shit out of them just to let them know, like, this shit is wrong. Y'all can't be doing this out here. You know what I mean? Now they even started bringing bringing famous people in on it, like music artists and things like that, to actually help with the catching of sexual predators and things like that. Man, I love it. You know what I mean? Because it gives me a leeway to have that conversation with my son or my daughter and let them know, hey, if an adult is ever trying to approach you in this way, don't do this, don't do that. You know what I mean? If you online, don't be talking to people in a sexual way. Or if somebody sends you something sexual, You need to let us know so this way we could notify some type of authority. So this way this person could go to jail. You know what I mean? So this person could stop his predatory ways. Some people need to be institutionalized because they're predators, man. They're predators. You know what I mean? I mean, they meet people and it's this one dude, he slapped the shit out of every fucking sexual offender that he find out there. And I mean, it is kind of like entrapment, right? But if it wasn't him on the other end of that phone that this adult was texting, if it wasn't a grown man pretending to be a child on the other end of his phone texting and sending messages, it would be a child. It would be a child. That's why it's okay. I like that type of entrapment. That type of entrapment is totally fine with me. Get the sexual deviants and the sexual predators the fuck out of here. Because we don't got time to raise our kids with these with these traumatic things on them. You know what I mean? Because sexual predators normally was people that was abused when they was children. So they was sexually abused when they was a child. That's when it's by somebody, by their parents, by their siblings, by a babysitter in my case. And it's like, yeah, that happened to you. But you got to understand, when you do that to somebody else, you're passing that trauma on. You're continuing, you're help continue the cycle of sexual deviancy in our society, in our neighborhoods, by continuing the traumatic behavior. They say hurt people hurt people. When in all reality, hurt people should be the very people to help people heal. Hurt people should help people heal, man. You gotta be a healer out here, man. You gotta be a healer. You gotta be a big enough person and adult enough and have the mental fortitude enough to say, I'm not gonna let my trauma affect anybody else. I'm not gonna put what happened to me on anybody else. Because you gotta remember how that felt for you. As a young man or a young woman being sexually abused in any type of way, you got to remember how that felt for you. You shouldn't want another child to feel like that. You shouldn't want to put that on another child. You shouldn't want to put that on another human being, man. You shouldn't want to put that shit on another human being. That shit is sad, man. We got to stop that. You know what I mean? And for young women, for young men, they feel like it's cool because it's a male-female thing, but it's still not cool. You know what I mean? Because some men don't know how to take it like, all right, you got teachers and shit out here that's molesting their students. Now that very same student might wind up being a teacher one day and try the same shit with his students, with a young lady. And on vice versa, it's definitely not right. When you an older man and you seducing a younger woman, it's not right at all. It's clean cut, not right, period. You don't get to do that type of shit. For men, it's like, oh, you got your, you know what I mean? You got some pussy at a young age. We think it's cool. We think it's a stamp of approval or some type of rite of passage. But it's not. It's really not. You've been traumatized. You know what I mean? It's a sad thing, man. You got this shit happening to a lot of younger people, man. And it don't just happen to the younger people. It's a trauma that hasn't been dealt with in that adult. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we go our entire lives without telling anybody what happened to us and the trauma that we've experienced, and really get help dealing with that and talking to somebody about the trauma we dealt with. You know what I mean? We hold that secret tight to our chest until somebody wind up doing the same shit that was done to them to a younger child. Now you want to get the help. It's too late at that point. You already did the damage at that point. At that point, it's too late for you to reach out and try to get help after you done committed a sexual assault against a younger person. It's too late. You can't reverse that shit. There is no reversal for sexual assault or sexual deviancy. It's not. Oh, I only did it because I was hurt when I was younger and somebody did something to me. Now you want to let your story be known? And I understand sometimes we don't have the best parents in our lives. I understand that, all the time we don't have somebody listening to us or even believing us. You might have told somebody and they didn't believe you or whatever. But the whole thing is, there's no excuse for you to do it to somebody. You got to remember the trauma you went through and not want to inflict that same trauma onto the next generation. You got to remember that. The ones that's the most sickest to me is the parents doing that to their child. Oh my God, that is the sickest. That is the sickest and the most wickedest shit in the world. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot do that to your children, man. Point blank, because that child's gonna remember that shit for the rest of their life. And you they parent. You they parent. You supposed to guard them and protect them and shit like that. You can't. You can't do that. Like any parent who's probably doing that shit or something like that, you need to cease and desist and get help. Not only for you, but for that child that you traumatized, man. You know what I mean? Anybody out there doing that type of shit need to be helped. It's too much. It's too much going on right now, man. It's too much. We are really having a mental health crisis right now in America with men, women, children. You know what I mean? I don't even want to talk about that. That's a topic for another time because it's off the subject. It's not pertaining to the concept of this podcast. But one of my son's friends, took his life. And that's all I'm going to say about that. My heart goes out to his family. You know what I mean? My heart goes out to his family and everything like that. And, like I said, that's another podcast. I was actually going to do that podcast before I did this podcast about the sexual deviancy and everything. Because, you really, that's something traumatic these mental illnesses that causes us to do physical harm to ourselves and each other. You got to understand that that's a sickness and an illness that you pass on. Like even if it's not something where you're sexually assaulting somebody or doing some predatory or rapey type shit, even if it's something like killing yourself, that's an illness that you pass on. When you experience somebody killing themselves, it kind of make you susceptible to doing the same thing. When you're hurt, when you're depressed, when you're down, when you're out, you have people that go to thinking, why am I alive? Why am I even here? And then they take their own life. And it's a sad, fucked up situation, man. It's a sad, fucked up situation, man. My heart goes out to people who suffer with that type of thing. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not perfect. Um, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm gonna put it there. Like I said, this is another podcast. This one, we talking about you niggas out there beating your dick on women's shows and on their leg and doing all types of nasty shit. Freaky ass nigga. And you're not a 69 guy. You gotta get your rap game up. You know what I mean? You gotta learn how to approach a woman and talk to her, buy a drink, something. Buy a shirt, get her some flowers, take her on a date or something. You know what I mean? And finesse your way into some pussy. You ain't gotta take no pussy. Not nowadays, man. Not nowadays. You got a lot of women out here just showing their pussy online. If it's that bad, if you feel the need to beat your dick for any reason, it should be in the confines of your own home, on your own time, when nobody's watching or nobody's around, to be, traumatized by the act of watching you whack the fuck off or whatever it is. It's too much shit out here. It's too much There's too much sexual shit out here, man. That's another thing. A lot of these dudes ain't getting no pussy. And then you coming out here showing all your shit or whatever. And next thing you know, this guy got a hard on for you, and now he want to follow you, and now he want to beat his dick on you, or beat his dick around you, or just let you see his dick or whatever. Like you gotta, I know that we can't tell you what to wear or how to wear it or when to wear it, because it's your body and it's your prerogative, like Bobby Brown said. But at the same time, you got to know that when you're doing that, you're putting yourself, you're making yourself susceptible. You know what I mean, to these type of things happening. You're making yourself, more accessible to a guy misconstruing the meaning of you dressing a little trampy and you being a little trampy. And that don't make it right because these guys out here is just, it's a wild, wild, weird world, man. Even if you're not provocatively dressed or whatever, you can just have a little skirt on. Either way, you niggas need to stop beating your dicks out in public. You gotta stop it, man. You gotta stop it. You gotta go get help. You got to go get help, man. On the other news, I did make some updates to a few songs that I put out there. Wake and Bake, In the End. I made some updates to the songs. I'm always tweaking. If I listen to a song and I realize sometimes it's simple error because I got multiple versions of a song. And I put out the wrong song. I will upload the wrong song on whatever distribution site it is. And sometimes I don't catch it right away. So then I had to go back and re-upload the right version of the song. You know what I mean? But this time I actually did a little bit more mastering and things on that, on a few of my songs, so that way I could put them out there and everything. The books are still out there and available. Amazon, Kindle, Barnes & Nobles, Google Play Bookstore, wherever books are sold. Excuse me. I know I had to say that, but I farted. But anyway, wherever books are sold, you know what I mean, I'm there. And this podcast is available on YouTube and all over the place. So this is my paid commercial right after a fart. But whatever. This is my commercial for God Concept Podcast and my books as well, Mark Pagan Jr., and my music, Mr. Pagan. So check me out on your radio, on your streaming app, in your local bookstores, on your phone, on your device, wherever you listen to podcasts. Check me out, man, because I need the subscribers. I need some love out here, man. You know what I mean? Hit them like buttons. Hit them subscribe buttons. Please. Yeah. I like to go out with some theme music, though. I had a little music playing. You know what I mean? Just a lot going on, man. A lot of shit going on, man. A lot of shit. Oh yeah, I ain't put up no new gameplay of Contractor Showdown because the game been glitchy. The game has been glitching a little bit, so I don't want to put out no gameplay of a game I like to enjoy, and the game is a little bit glitchy. I feel like that wouldn't do the game justice, and that wouldn't do my game stream justice either. So right now I'm just playing it, getting a feel for it, checking the game out, seeing what bugs and things it has like that. Once they update the game where they fixed all the bugs and issues or whatever, then I'll upload more videos. I mean, I see other YouTubers and they play the game and it looks fine and everything. I guess they edit out the bugs and everything, but my videos aren't edited. It's just one full thing, just like I do with the podcast. It's one full video. I don't do a lot of editing out. And I don't want to show y'all the game is crashing. There's little glitches on the game map and different things like that. I don't want to do that. So I'd rather wait until the game is fully optimized and ready for me to do a game stream properly, and then I'll upload a game stream. But other than that, man, y'all niggas stop beating y'all dick on people, man. Seriously, don't be no Pee Wee Herman out these joints. Don't be no weirdo out these joints. Seriously, y'all gotta wake up and get some help, man. Get some help, man. You know what I mean? For real. $20 make a holler. Go find you a trick or something, man, instead of coming out here and molesting somebody or leaving a woman or a child feeling like they was molested by you doing some sexual shit, some rapey shit around them. You know what I mean? All right, this is Mr. Pagan. Mr. Pagan. I said it with a little lisp at the end. It's Mr. Pagan. Over and out. This has been God Concept. I'm Mr. Pagan. Over and out. Peace.